Well, hello again, and welcome to the Cheers to Comics podcast. This is your segment of pull list priorities for the week. This week, I will be going over all the books that will be hitting shelves on the 18th of September 2019. So, there's tons of stuff to get excited for, guys. I know Wednesday is already coming past. I'm sure there's still stuff you gotta read. It's okay, but I'm also here to remind you that the world of comics is not over. There's more coming out, more to get excited for, and I want to make sure nothing slips through the cracks on you. So here we go. Let's start with the indies, as I tend to do. Let's start with Action Lab. We got some Action Lab action. Zombie Tramp number 64. So all you zombie tramps out there, get excited. Alright, this one right here, you old listeners know I like to shout out those number ones for sure. So this is from Aftershock Comics. This is called You Are Obsolete, number 1. Matthew Klickstein, Evgeny Bornyakov. I'm proud of that pronunciation. And Andy Clark did the cover. So a disgraced journalist is called to cover a mysterious story on an isolated European island. As she investigates, she discovers the children have taken control and are somehow killing off the adults by their 40th birthdays. Now, she must discover the truth behind the killings while staying on the good side of the children's harsh leader, or she's next. You Are Obsolete is a spine-tingling thriller that evokes the eerie naturalism of the 1970s horror films with a modern, deadly digital twist. Dig it. I'll be picking that one up. That sounds like a pretty awesome premise. The kids killing the parents. I mean, come on. Let's move on to Oni Press. This is a book I'm super fucking excited for. Ooh, where'd it go? There it is. Alright, here we go. There's actually a few coming up from Oni Press. Oh, no, I take that back. It's all about Rick and Morty, guys. Rick and Morty vs. D&D Part 2. The Painscape. I fucking loved the first Rick and Morty 4-part miniseries, and I told myself a sequel to this couldn't happen quickly enough. Well, shit. I gotta read 2 volumes all within 2019, because it wasn't just but a few months ago that it all ended. So this is a Jim Zub, Troy Little, Leonardo Ito type of creation here. I don't need to explain to you what's going on here, guys. It's Rick and Morty in the land of D&D. It's gonna be fucking incredible. There's no doubt about it. Let's move on to Scout Comics. We've got Crucified number 4. So I have been collecting Crucified. I read the first issue, and listeners know I haven't talked about it much. Well, that's because I've been kind of letting this one pile up. I'm gonna catch this one in binge mode at some point in time. I'll probably wait till it gets to 6 and then see what happens. So yeah, I've been taking a chance buying a book I don't know anything about, but I mean, like, I did dig the first issue, I'll say that. So yeah. And then Scout also has another number 1, and in this day and age, I've got to jump on their number 1s. This is also going to be part of their binge line. What's their binge line? Well, Metal Shark Bros started their binge line. What they do is when there's a new series coming out, they'll launch 1 issue, and then the next publication that's launched is actually the complete trade. So it'll still contain that first issue, but then another like 88-page book is what Metal Shark Bro was. So this is part of that binge line. So this is Michael Lagasse, and Todar Hirstov. All right. The newest entry in the Binge imprint, where Scout releases a world premiere. Okay, you know all that. In 1794, a young man named John is given a map. Curious, he follows it, and when he arrives at the end, he finds a similar map. This leads him to another, and then another, and on and on. Determined to find anything else, he continues to follow these strange maps all over the country. Decades later, he learns that as long as he follows them, he doesn't seem to get older. Oh. And it's not until nearly a century later that he realizes when he stops, time begins to catch up with him. Torn between family and immortality, John must continually choose between living forever and having a life worth living. What an interesting premise. I mean, the finding map thing almost lost me, but then the time catching up thing, That's fucking cool. Scout Comics really has been killing. I know it's not a publisher that a lot of people are familiar with, but get familiar with Scout because I've been enjoying, well, everything that I've picked up from Scout. So, saying something right? What's next? Let's move on to Titan. Titan Comics. This isn't a publisher I announced too often. So we've got some Blade Runner 2019. We're at issue number 3 on that. But the reason why I really wanted to jump to Titan is because there is a comic out there that just keeps getting recommended to me over and over. And I hear, dude, have you read this yet? And I say, no, I haven't. And so we're at issue 15 now of Bloodborne. And this is, I'm just going to blindly jump in. And if I like what this is, what's happening here, it looks like it's the third part to a 4-part arc. So, like I said, I'm taking a chance. I'm just jumping in blind. And I'm going to see what happens. I'm anxious to talk about it because it really has been highly recommended. What else do we have from the indies? Let's go to... oh, I don't know. Boom. Or you know what? Let's go Image. Fuck it. Let's just go to Image. We've got some Image books. We've got Excellence, number 5. I'm not reading Excellence. But, you know, I'm here to remind you, this isn't just about what I read, guys. This isn't everything that's going to be on my pull list. This is all stuff that I also know is popular that I was just too late to jump on, and I don't have the time to do the back reading to catch up, and yada, yada, yada. All the excuses. All of the excuses. Middle West, number 11. So I actually thought that we would be getting a break after issue 10 for some reason. Then I read issue 10 and thought, well, I hope they don't get a break. Because I need more now. That wasn't the end of an arc type of situation. But I've really been digging what the hell Scotty Young and Jorge Corona have been doing with Middle West. It's been a lot of freaking fun. Rumble, number 16. Alright, so I'm not reading Rumble. But it's a title out there that is warranted 16 straight issues. So, yeah. Looks like it's going to be a pretty small week for Image. There's one last book, Weatherman. Weatherman number 4. Weatherman, this is the second volume, so and there was obviously demand for it, and yeah. It looks like the only book that I'm going to be picking up from Image this week, personally, is going to be Middle West. So see, I'm here to remind everybody equally. What else? Let's stay with the indies. Dark Horse. From Dark Horse Comics, we've got... okay, cool. We've got some Black Hammer, Age of Doom, number 12. I'm not reading Black Hammer. I don't know anything about Black Hammer, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. But, yeah, that's... there you are. We've got some Hellboy action. Hellboy and the BPRD Saturn Returns. This is a 3-part series. And this would be issue number 2. So, yeah, we've got some... that's our Dark Horse for the week. IDW Publishing. Good stuff from IDW as always. This is a book I've been looking forward to for way too fucking long. Napoleon Dynamite, bitches. Napoleon Dynamite getting a comic book, and the cover, you know, the whole vote for Pedro thing? Yeah, it's scratched out. It says impeach Pedro, and that's a Napoleon wearing that shirt. So I'm not gonna read the description of this comic at all. I am gonna give credit where credit's due, though. Carlos Guzman Verdugo and Alejandro Verdugo. So we got some brothers there, and Jorge Monolongo. Fucking A. I'm a huge Napoleon Dynamite fan. I always have been, always will be. And, I'll be with this series through the end. There's no way that they can make this so bad to where I don't want to read it. It's just not going to be a thing for me. I don't see it happening. Transformers, number 12. Is it time for me to jump back on Transformers? What's going on? Brian Ruckley, Kaizama. Yeah, out in the vast galaxy, Cybertronian explorers encounter all manner of beings, some friendly, and some in stern opposition of Cybertronian expansion. When relations start to crumble and violence is threatened, There's only one bot to turn to. Nautica, head of Xeno Relations. Hold on. Did they say violence is threatened? Yeah, no, it might be time. Well, they say violence is threatened. I'll jump back on when they say violence has happened. That's because Transformers is a little too government-y for me right now. It's, yeah, I don't know. It's too many... Not enough robot punching. Keeping on with the indies. There's more, I know it. There we go. Boom Studios. Where are we at here? Firefly. There's some Firefly fans out there. So Firefly number 9 hitting shelves. What else from Boom? There's got to be some more from Boom. Well, yeah, we got some second printing. Oh, here we go. Once and Future number 2. I knew there was something fucking super. We also got a Once and Future 5th printing coming out, but number 2. Number 2 is here. I am so excited. And with them announcing that this is now going to be an ongoing and not a 6-parter, it's perfect. I love it. That is the series that was made to be a forever ongoing indie. From Dynamite Entertainment, we got a whole lot of Elvira, as we usually do. Well, we've got some James Bond, 007 number 11. I wish I'd jumped on James Bond in time, but yeah, every James Bond comic I've read, just pulling it out of nowhere, not reading in any continuity or anything like that, has been highly enjoyable. I'm not really a big fan of the movies. I think I'm just a fan of the idea of the character, to be honest. I think the movies are kind of boring. But the comics, from what I've read, have been awesome. I'm just not caught up on this comic at all. Vampirella, number 2. So it's weird saying, is it Vampirella? No, is it Vampirella number 2 or number 3? I don't know. Preview. It's probably number 3 because it would be the highest number, right? So yeah, there's always Vampirella coming out of out of Dynamite. It's hard to keep track of. And yeah, so let's move on to the big 2, shall we? Let's go right to DC. All right, when I get to it. Gee, golly, the scrolling. All right, Aquaman number 52. I'm not reading Aquaman. Let's talk about Aquaman. Kelly Sue DeConnick, Daniel Henriquez, and Jason Paz. Black Manta is reunited with his dead father, but at a great cost to both. Well, how does that happen? Meanwhile, Aquaman's investigation into the Amnesty Bay killer takes a stunning turn, and Mera must make a life-altering decision. Looks like shit's going down in Aquaman. Alright. Batman, number 79. That was Batman, in case you didn't know. Tom King, Clayman. Yes, Clayman's back. Alright, in the concluding chapter of the Part 2 City of Bane interlude, which, from my understanding, I haven't read Batman 78 yet, but from my understanding it is a Bat and Cat reuniting type of story. Alright, so yeah, and this is the second part of that. So, yeah, I'm not going to read the description. I think I told you enough. Keeping it going. Flash forward, number 1 of 6. What is this? So Scott Lobdell, Brett Booth, and Norm Ratman. That's Wally West on the cover, folks. His name is Wally West, and he was the fastest man alive. That is, until the multiverse was rewritten without him or his family in it. Darn you. Wally returned and tried to make it work, but the damage was done. Spinning out of the events of Heroes in Crisis, follow the man who called himself Flash on an adventure to find redemption in a cosmos that has fought so hard to destroy him. Poor little Wally. He's getting 6 issues, guys. All you Wally fans. And dope variant, too. So, yeah. You're going to have to see that one for yourself. Inferior 5, number 1 of 12. What is this? Keith Griffin and Jeff Lemire. Oh, that's going to sell. The citizens of Dangerfield, Arizona are beset by strange ongoings after the invasion that rocked the DC universe. What? But only 5 misfit kids seem to notice them. Can they uncover what's happening before some sinister force collects them all? Find out in this new miniseries. After the backup feature with the story and art by Jeff Lemire, the Peacemaker is on top of I don't know what any of this stuff is. I don't know what the invasion was. What was the invasion? Was that the Batman Superman thing? That wasn't an invasion. I'm confused, but Jeff Lemire sells books, so probably gonna get a few bucks off of me. That was Inferior 5. What else? Justice League number 32. So we got more of the Justice Dumour, Tinian, Snyder, Porter, Manpool. Yeah, so this is part 3. I mean, you're either with Justice League right now or you're not. That's let's keep it going. What is it? Oh, another Year of the Villain single shot. Lex Luthor gets a Year of the Villain single shot. Jason Latour writing this one, Brian Hitch and Andrew Curry. So yeah, I haven't been reading any of the villain books until it's like a Penguin. If they do like a Penguin one, I'll read that. But other than that, I had no interest in the Year of the Villain event personally, even though it is kind of playing this huge part in pretty much all of the DC titles. Nightwing number 64. Been digging the shit out of Nightwing. I really have been enjoying the hell out of it, despite what everybody around me seems to be saying. I like Team Nightwing, Dan Jurgens and Ronan Cliquette. So what's going on in this issue? Bloodhaven explodes in violence, his riots erupt in the streets. Rick can't find his face. Oh, I'm sorry. Rick can't face this alone, so he'll have to enlist the support of the Nightwings. Well, of course you can't do it alone. He's a silly little boy now. He's forgotten everything. He doesn't know what he's doing. What else? Oh, I missed one. Lucifer. This is a book that I read off and on. I didn't really feature it on the podcast much just because of I love what Dan Waters is doing, and it's good stuff. But like I said, it's just not featured on the podcast. So I'm here to remind you, because you're not going to hear me talk about it on many episodes. What is this? Oh, the Supergirl. I remember this cover. This was one of those covers that was destroyed, that Derek Chew cover. So after months on the outer edge of the universe, Supergirl is back on Earth. But things are not as she left them. Her adoptive parents have disappeared without a trace. Leviathan plans are in motion, and Brainiac lurks in the shadows with its sights set on Kara. So they're going to make what used to be the variant issue, the cover B, back before this issue was recalled. And it is still the variant issue. Huh. I wonder why they... because it still says Year of the Villain. I'm really confused why they did all this. I'm going to have to see for myself, because I did actually obtain one of the recalled issues, so I'll have something to personally compare it to and let you guys know. Superman number 15. Let's see here. Brian Michael Bendis, Ivan Reis, Joe Prado, probably a bunch of other people, because there's usually like 50 names to spout out on this book. At last, it's the return of the Legion of Superheroes. The greatest superheroes of the 32nd century have traveled back in time, not just to meet the true heroes who inspired them, but to make an offer. But to which hero? I would imagine Superman, because it's a fucking Superman book. And why will that choice tear Superman's life apart? Well, there we go. That kind of gave it... you guys writing descriptions fucking suck sometimes. It's nothing to do with the creators. I don't think the creators are writing these descriptions, and if they are, shame on them. Plus, the fallout from Lex Luthor's conversation with Lois Lane escalates. It's actually time for me to drop Superman. The last issue just kind of lost me, guys. I liked it in the beginning. I was beginning to think, oh shit, do I like Superman? My least favorite superhero of all time. And when my favorite writer at the time of all time hopped on the character, I thought, well, it's now or never. And I thought it was now. But as it turns out, I think Year of the Villain is really ruining a lot of DC titles for me personally, just because of all of this tie-in shit that I really don't want much to do with. But it's not all about me. That's the thing. And that's, I'm gonna pause the pacing of the Polish shit for a second and explain. Like, it's not all about you. For the people that say, oh, well, they should cancel it because I'm not reading it. No, you have the option to drop it, just like I'm going to do. Other people are reading it. Other people are liking it. As far as I know, I'm the only person that is dropping Superman. I mean, they're not gonna cancel fucking Superman for one. But, I mean, even if it were a small title, if it's still going, I mean, just drop it. It's okay. You can get your Superman and other stuff. Get it in Action Comics. Drop in Action Comics, too. But it's just because I don't like this character. I gave DC a whole bunch of my fucking money. I think I sat through 15 issues of Action Comics. I think I like 3 of them. That's how desperate I am to try to like these comics. Plus, having a podcast and not being able to talk about Superman sounds kind of rough, but I haven't been doing him any justice anyways, so that's what's led me to my main conclusion of dropping this title. So carrying on with it. Rant over. Let's get on with it. Hey, look, Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen. I bet Superman shows up at least a little bit in that. Or maybe not. I don't know. Fact is, I don't really read any of the Superman family. I'm not reading this one either. I couldn't tell you. But once again, everybody I know that's read this book has said this is fucking awesome. So, bam. What else do we have from DC? We've got Teen Titans. I'm not reading Teen Titans. I wish I was. Adam Glass, Bernard Chang. Who is crazy enough to steal Jin's ring? Capitalize it, guys. Well, do you one better. How much damage can you do with the stolen Jin ring? Robin and the Teen Titans hunt the thief of magic. So, I know nothing about the Teen Titans. I don't know what the Teen Titans are. I don't know who the Titans are. I don't know what the difference any of these things are. I don't know what Teen Titans Go is. I would imagine it's the childish type of, not childish, but the kiddier, more lighthearted. That's the thing I'm trying to say. More lighthearted version of Teen Titans. I don't fucking know. So, I'm gonna, if anybody has any suggestions on where I could start in Modern Run, everyone, I'm not going back and reading George Perez's new Teen Titans. I don't have the time. I need modern stuff, guys. So, because I know that's what everybody's going to say, because that's what everybody tells me when I say that. So, if you guys are listening and decide to chime in, hit me up at Cheers to Comics on the Twitters. I would appreciate it. So that's what I've got from DC. Let's move on to Marvel Comics. I bet you there's a bunch, because there always is. Let's start out with Absolute Carnage. Absolute Carnage number 305. This is not a tie-in. This is the main story. The Summer of Slaughter continues. I've been digging the shit out of it. So, and it looks like there's a whole bunch of crazy classified secret covers and variants and shit that are complementing it. So yeah, and then we've got a tie-in. We've got Absolute Carnage Lethal Protectors number 2 of 3. I think I enjoyed the first issue. I don't know. Think about it. I don't know if I talked about it or not. But well, yeah. I don't remember what happens, but I'm sure it'll fill me in. That's a good thing about these Marvel books for the most part. They usually give a here's what's happening type of thing in the title pages. So yeah. The other Absolute Carnage tie-in. Oh wait, no, that's a second printing. So yeah, no, those are the two and only Absolute Carnage books coming out this week. Carrying on, we've got Arrow number 3. I'm not reading Arrow. I think this is Marvel still trying to do the manga thing, or something like that. I don't know. I think it's a Greg Pak. Well, I guess I can give credit there. No, it's Zal Liefeld with Greg Pak. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not reading it, but for all you folks out there that are into that kind of thing, there you go. Oh, it's time for a number 1. Black Panther and Agents of Wakanda number 1. I'll be picking this one up out of speculation's sake, because it's going to be the first, team title, solo, blah, technical term type of collector's things. But Jim Zub's writing it, so that's probably going to be really fucking good. Jorge Molina on the cover. That's an amazing cover. I really do dig that cover. So a lot of this stuff, this team was formed during the events of War of the Realms. So this is some aftermath stuff happening here. What is that? Khazar? Is that who that is? And Black Panther and Wasp and Okoye, and I think it's just Gorilla Man is his name. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's gonna be a big book, I would imagine. Dead Man Logan, number 11 of 12. This series just somehow through... the first 10 issues just progressively got better and better, and I'm more and more intrigued to see how we end the tale that has been Old Man Logan. It's been a fun run for the old fucker, and yeah, they're gonna end it. Ed Brisson killing it. Death's Head, number 3 of 4, Teenie Howard. Oh my god, Death's Head has been awesome. It really has been. I dig the shit out of this book. It's so cool. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, number 12. What's going on in Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man? Tom Taylor and Pere Perez. What? Spider-Man found dead in his very own neighborhood? Who did it? Why? Only Spider-Man could solve this mystery. But how? Well, shit. Yeah, how is he gonna solve it when he's fucking dead? I dig it. I mean, anything that Tom Taylor does is solid gold. It's never worse than an A+ book. Seriously. He somehow, there's A+ books, and then he has books that are somehow better. A++, I think, is what they call it. I don't know. I haven't been in school for a while. But, yeah, no, it's, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is probably the best Spider-Man book out there right now. It goes back and forth between that and Superior Spider-Man for me. Guardians of the Galaxy, number 9. Donny Cates and Corey Smith. The Guardians have been torn asunder by the Universal Church of Truth. Those bastards are in all the books right now. After revealing a secret, Rocket has come out of hiding to help rescue his former team, but will Groot be able to forgive him long enough to save their friends? Or is this the end of the Guardians? Well, it better fucking not be. Groot will forgive. Even though he's punk rock Groot now and punks don't forgive, Groot will forgive. History of the Marvel Universe, number 3. Mark Waid. I read the first issue and it just didn't grab me, but a lot of other people are really, really, really enjoying this. So if this is something that you're interested in, yeah, it's the retelling of the Marvel Universe from my understandings. House of X, number 5. Yeah, it's almost over. Then we're gonna, slide into... I don't know what any of this stuff means. I don't know how much of it there is to retain. I know that all of these books have been highly desirable and collectible, and they've been selling out. So, I just feel stupid reading them. I don't know... I know this is supposed to be Hickman's way of saying, well, if you're new to the X-Men and you don't know anything and you want to be an X-Men fan, now's the time to jump on. But from my understanding, a lot of this stuff that he's throwing in here is all stuff that really relates to old school X-Men knowledge that really only the old dog readers are understanding. From my understanding. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I don't know. It's I'm lost. I've been enjoying it. I just don't know what's happening, is what I'm trying to say. Oh, Magnificent Miss Marvel's back, number 7. Saladin Ahmed killing it. Joey Vasquez digging it. Yeah, no, this is a character that I never really enjoyed up until Ahmed took it on, and it's great shit. I'm happy. I'm happy. Savage Sword of Conan, number 9. Who do they got doing it now? So it's Jim Zub and Patrick Zurcher is the current creative team, and Chichetto's on the cover. So yeah, no, they change up for the Savage Sword of Conan books. They change up creative teams every arc. I think that's fucking brilliant. I love it so much. This next book. This is a book that I know a lot of people are really, really excited for. And alas, it is time. We've got Spider-Man number 1 of 5. A Spider-Man book. Well, this is the J.J. Abrams and his son Henry Abrams telling this story. Sarah Pichelli on the art. So, who is Cadaverous? Oh, shit. The most shocking and incredible comic of 2019 is here, as J.J. Abrams and his son Henry Abrams are joined by superstar artist Sarah Pichelli for Spider-Man. What do they have planned for Peter Parker and Mary Jane Watson? Who is Cadaverous? The modern master of mystery makes his Marvel... I would imagine that's supposed to say his Marvel debut. Makes his Marvel... Oh, these descriptions are fucking killing me, guys. This September. So that would be this September 18th. These descriptions, I swear to God, proofread your fucking shit. But the fact is that this is a highly, highly, highly anticipated book. Everybody wants to know what J.J. Abrams is going to write. Yeah. And look at them for not putting out 45 fucking variants to it. Only 2 variants. One of them is going to be a die cut, and the other one just looks fucking cool. Wow. Who did that? I don't know. That's cool. Fuck, I can't tell who did that 3rd cover. That's old school. Alright, keeping it going. Keeping it going. Oh shit, sorry guys, it's late at night. Yawning on the mic. Star Wars Dr. Aphra, number 36. Greatest moment. Nope, just number 36. Wow, Dr. Aphra's at 36. Cool. There's more Star Wars books. Oh, Rose Tico, everybody's favorite Twitter star, is Twickled. Getting a one-shot. So who's doing it? Tom Taylor. Oh, that's how you sell a fucking Rose book, bitches. Get Tom Taylor to do it. Oh, Star Wars Ages of Resistance. That's so fucking smart. That's so smart. I'm not someone that has anything against Rose. I'm trolling the people that troll. That's who I'm trolling. So, yeah. Tony Stark Iron Man number 16. The Age of Ultron agenda starts here. I would assume it actually started in the last issue, but maybe that was the cameo of the Age of Ultron agenda. I don't know. Watch out, Iron Man. The robot uprising of the Marvel Universe has begun, but it's not Ultron leading the charge. It's Machine Man. The AIs are on the attack, and they must be in the right. Battle lines are being drawn. It's time for Tony Stark, Jocasta, Andy Bang, and the rest of the cast to pick sides. Well, who are you going to pick sides with? The robots or the... Oh, because those are the... Okay, that makes sense. No, I'm very... Dan Slott and Jim Zub together, they make a goddamn pretty decent Iron Man writing team. Valerio Schiti still doing the art, dig it, and Lozano back on the cover. Lozano has amazing Iron Man covers. Is some of the best. What else? Hey, was that it? No, I knew there was one more. Valkyrie Jane Foster, number 3. Jason Aaron, Al Ewing, Cafu, Cian Tormey, Fraser Irving, Ramon K. Perez. It's a good thing it's the last one because I'm out of breath. Valkyrie takes a beloved friend on the journey of their afterlife. When a long-standing Marvel character dies at the hands of Bullseye, Jane Foster must accept her new role and carry them to the world beyond. But she is not the Valkyrie of the past, nor is Bullseye's victim and any ordinary hero. Okay. Valhalla, is only one Hall of the Dead. The multiversal afterlife awaits. I don't know how I missed issue 2 because I really dug issue 1. Maybe I didn't add it as an ongoing. I must have only added it as a single issue, expecting to only like the first issue, which was stupid on my end because Jason Aaron. So yeah, that's what I found to be worth shouting out to all you readers and new readers to be. This is the stuff that's going to be hitting the shelves real soon, like the 18th soon. So, with all that, it's been a podcast. I would like to give a shout out to our sponsors. This episode of Pull List Priorities has been brought to you by WestCoastGeek.com. Go to WestCoastGeek.com to get all of your geek goods. And in all sincerity, this site is really... It's got some good stuff, guys. They really do. I think their action figure game is on point. They're really starting to come into themselves with the comic books. I have a feeling it won't be long before they're going to be a major carrier in comic books, not just a carrier in comic books. So get on the westcoastgeek.com train now. And they sell other stuff too. They've got apparels and apparels. Jesus Christ, Brian. And t-shirts and all types of cool accessories and toys and westcoastgeek.com. Use code Cheers to Comics. That's the thing. When you go there, you check out, use code Cheers to Comics. We're going to give you 20% off your entire order at checkout. So yeah, thank you so much for listening. Follow all the new comic book day polls and stuff that I put up on Twitter. The best place to follow me is on Twitter at Cheers to Comics. I also have an Instagram if you want to see pretty much the same stuff that's on Twitter, but you're just addicted to social media. And if you want to support the podcast, go to Patreon, patreon.com/cheers to comics. You donate $1, donate $10. I think I have a 25. I don't know. There's a lot of good shit, but it's all very, very much worth your while. There's tiers in there where you send me money and I return the favor multiplied by sending you key comics and awesome variant covers and stuff like that. So it's worth your while to support something amazing and keep this thing going. It lets me know that you guys are enjoying what you're hearing. So with all that, it's been a podcast. Everybody, go to your local comic book store, support your brick and mortars. And yeah, with all that being said, I am going to end it right here. I'll talk to you next week, fuckers. Cheers. So you're obviously into listening to podcasts, and if you're not, you're clearly lost because this is a podcast and you've taken a wrong turn on the internet somewhere. So for all you podcast listeners out there, I'm here to inform you that you can actually be getting paid to listen to this. This is all through a fancy app called Podcoin. Download the Podcoin app and use referral code COMICS and get yourself 300 coins to get started. What do you do with these coins? Well, these coins can be used to obtain certain things like gift certificates and other valuable things that you would use in your day-to-day life. Or if you're of the more charitable sort, you could rack up these coins and give them to certain charitable organizations. And yeah, warm your heart that way, just by doing the things that you would normally be doing anyways. And that would be listening to the Cheers to Comics podcast. So, hop on the Podcoin app, New Year's code comics, and start earning immediately.